It's the city of soul, where the streets got flair, from the French Quarter beats to the Bayou air. This is more than a channel, it's a whole mood. We're digging through the dark with a southern attitude. We bring light to the cases that the world forgot, from cold files to the headlines that stay too hot. No gossip, no cap, just a hard detail, and we telling it straight, never water in the tail. Like, comment, subscribe, come back again. It's MOCA and the bells where the real begins. True crime stories, every fact on track. If you ready for the truth, we gon' bring it all back. Hit that bell, turn it up, let the story unfold. Justice for the voiceless, brave and bold. From the city of jazz to the silence that fell, we speak for the lost, it's no labels. We ain't here to sensationalize pain, we here to remember every face, every name. Victims, survivors, and families too. We highlight the facts and the pain they knew. We don't drag folks for views, that's dead, but we will drag the system for leaving us misled. We walk with respect, but we walk with fire, cause covering the truth is our only desire. They want silence, but we bring in a sound, digging through the lies till the truth is found. To my members and supporters, y'all fuel this flame. Every share, every view keeps heat on the name. This ain't just content, it's real life pain, so we tell it with care while exposing the game. If you rockin' with us, then you part of the fight. We the no labels and we shedding that light. Like, comment, subscribe, come back again. It's MOCA and the bells where the real begins. True crime stories, every fact on track. If you ready for the truth, we gon' bring it all back. Hit that bell, turn it up, let the story unfold. Justice for the voiceless, brave and bold. From the city of jazz to the silence that fell, we speak for the lost, it's no label. I step in with the facts, never needed a script. Digging deeper in the case, every file get flipped. From the mugshots to courtrooms, I'm peeping the flaws. Ain't no justice if the system keep bending the laws. We don't chase clicks, we chase the truth. Whether it's a cold case or a missing youth, I'm the voice they forgot when the cameras left, bringing light to the names that deserve respect. So if you down for the truth, come stand in the storm. We bring heat to the cold and we break the norm. MOCA got the torch and I got her back. Two bells in the booth on adjust these tracks. It's for the silence, the missing, the misjudged. We don't just tell stories, we honor them. Welcome that the smoke and I know the bells. Bells in the booth from Dress to Shrek. It's the city of soul, where the streets got flair.
Hey, where the fuck she at? Say it loud. NaZiyah Harris.
MOCA and the NOLA bells just pulled up. Big body bitches, Roxy, Annette, Shannon, Marquita. Where the fuck is NaZiyah? Hey, where NaZiyah? That baby was 13. Told her teacher I need to talk, then dipped off the scene. Sick on the floor, y'all ain't even blink. Now she gone and we demand a link.
Where the fuck she?
She cried for help,
So sad.
y'all played it small. Whole system call, y'all let that girl fall. CPS fake,
That's fake.
the school ain't care. Called y'all up, nobody was there.
We see.
Now she missing, now y'all press. She been dying inside while y'all just guessed. You failed her home. Jarvis locked, lock 'em all up. That's just a start. He know the dirt, he played a part. Shannon, sis, that's still your blood. You sat back
Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday. It's so good to see you guys up in here. Indeed, it is. Indeed, it is. Grab yourself a seat. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of MOCA Unfiltered, where here everybody is somebody. All opinions matter as well as respected. There are no big eyes, no little U's up in here. Because we're all here on the same mission with the same purpose in mind. And that's for justice, for the voiceless, those of them that are unable to tell their stories, those of them that are unable to speak their truths. And as we speak for those that are voiceless, we also are going to expose the monsters that's hiding in plain sight. This is what we do. This is what we do. And I appreciate each and every one of you all because your passion for justice, your passion for these babies, your passion for the missing, the exploited, your passion is just as deep as mine. And for that, I thank each and every one of you. And I love each and every one of you. Your input matters. Your voice matters because we're in this together. So before we get too far gone, because y'all know me, I could run on and on and on. I'm going to do what I do best, and that's to welcome each and every one of you in here. And those of you who have not yet hit that like button for your girl, do your girl a favor. Hit that like button. It's free. It don't cost a dime. And as you hit that like button, also tap the little emojis on the side. If you're able to share the live out, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it. It would let me know that you're showing YouTube that you appreciate what MOCA does. And for that, I appreciate that. Christian, my sister, hey, my love, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Rosemary, happy Wednesday to you, my love. Sandra, doctor, welcome, my love. Sister, I'm terrific. Hey, boo. Hi, Latanya. Happy Wednesday, my love. Welcome, welcome. Sister, Miss Sean B. Hey, boo. Hi, April. Welcome, my love. Welcome. Sandra says justice for NaZiyah and other children as well. We are praying for justice. Yes, ma'am, Sandra. Yes, ma'am. All we can do is pray for justice for these babies. Dr. J. Hay says, welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. Hey, Gina, welcome, boo. Hi, Sherry, welcome. Happy Wednesday, my love. Hi, Patricia, how are you, my love? Happy Wednesday. Honey, gangster, hey, sis. Denise, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday, my love. Hi, Rosalind, happy Wednesday. She says, I'm loving the intro song. Thank you, my girl. Shout out to my sis Platinum. She always come through. Always come through. Aspen says my son got a big promotion and we're celebrating. I'll be back after we finish our dinner. He graduated from college, also got a raise, double of what he did. You're a proud mama. And please, MOCA, protect the babies. Aspen, I know you're definitely a proud mama. I'm proud for you. Congratulations to your son, Aspen. Congratulations to your son. Hi, Essie. Happy Wednesday, baby. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Eno, welcome, my love. Happy Wednesday. Hey, Tracy, welcome, boo. My girl, Mina. Hey, boo. Hey, Valerie, happy Wednesday, my love. T. Beezy, hey, hey. Hey, Sister Platt. Hey, Michelle, welcome, welcome. Hi, Michelle. NYC girl. Hey, boo, happy Wednesday. Justice for NaZiyah. Hey, Red, welcome, my love, welcome. Hey, cool girl sisters, happy Wednesday, boo. Hey, Amnesia, welcome. Talia, hey sis. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Missed you, girl, but I understand. Hey, Ann, welcome, welcome. Hey, Auntie Novi, welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday to you. Hi, beautiful truth. Welcome, Team NaZiyah Harris. Where is NaZiyah? Beautiful truth. That's it, and that's all, boo. We want to know, where's NaZiyah? My girl Denise is up in here. Hey, Sister Paula, welcome, boo. Oh, Lord, girl, cool girl sister said Dre's still lying. Hi, Shani, welcome, my love. Happy Wednesday. My girl Meek is on time today. I guess Meek say, y'all ain't cutting Meek short. Not another night. Give Ellie hugs and kisses for me. Hey, Dale, welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. Capricorn Chronicles, hey, love. Talia said, I'm in the kitchen making a Cobb salad. Michigan hear you, MOCA. Michigan hear you. I hope they do, Talia. Hey, Miss Bill, welcome, boo. Hey, Patricia Perry, welcome, sis. Hey, Ted, welcome, welcome. Look at Tudor. Hey, Tudor. I bought the ribs for this cookout because MOCA finna roast. Look at Tudor. Look at Tudor. Hey, Sister D, welcome, my love. And Mika, we missed you up in here yesterday too, girl. Hey, Kimberly, welcome, welcome. Shanier, welcome. Happy Wednesday. Hey, sis, Top Flight, how are you feeling today, sis? Travis. Hey, Just V, welcome, welcome. Paula says I had to go and listen to Marquita and Dre's interview. I shouldn't have. Were they there for marriage or family counseling or NaZiyah? It's a good question. But we do know it wasn't the latter. They damn sure wasn't there for NaZiyah. Drea, hey, my love, welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday to you. Miss Loki, welcome, my love. Happy Wednesday. Hey, Raven, welcome, sis. Raven says, I finally caught you live. MOCA, you're the truth, and there's no denying it. Thank you for your platform. Justice for NaZiyah. Thank you, Raven. Raven, girl, that means a lot to me. That means a lot. Auntie Mo, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much, Talia. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Tit says Marquita lied about not knowing about Jarvis and her daughter. The daughter told her father, she told her mom. And Marquita told her, don't tell your dad. Tit, the lies they tell. The lies they tell. Cool girl sister said that damn Dre, he knows a lot. He started over talking his auntie, very damn disrespectful. He didn't want the truth to come out. He really didn't. Dre is a whole clown in his own right. And he proved that. Sunshine Shan. Hey, sis. El Taka. Hey, my love. Welcome. Happy Wednesday to you guys. Ted says so. Marquita's whole interview is nothing but lies. Poor Dre. He don't know what side to take. He better listen to his aunt. Take the high road and keep it going. JoJo Poppin'. Hey, sister. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. Key. I shouted you out yesterday, boo. Key, I want you to know we believe you. We believe you, Key. Never, not one time was your story doubted on this end. Not one time, sister. And we're here for you. We are here for you. Your voice will be heard. It will be heard. And before my live is over, I do what I do. I drop the link, Key. And if it's something you want to say, baby, you're more than welcome to hit this link and release. You're more than welcome. I saw my sister up in here, Raquel. Hey, boo. Zabrina. Happy Wednesday, my girl. Hey, Sassy. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Tracy Ellen. Hey, my girl. Happy Wednesday to you. Talia says that interview was another As Detroit Turns, another soap opera. Paula says Marquita said he lived a lavish childhood and was she lived a lavish childhood and was an excellent mother. They're very delusional. Very. Eltaka says she lied so much I couldn't stand to listen. Hey, Cindy, welcome, my love. Welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. Welcome. Pookie Poo. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Thankful. Welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday to you. Hey, Mary. Welcome, my love. Hey, Kenyatta says. Cool Girl Sister says, MOCA have to get FBI, NCIS, DOT, CIA. MOCA, I'm sending them all. Say bye-bye. Look, Cool Girl Sisters, they're going to need help. JoJo said, I saw your comment on MTGV and thank you, MOCA. You're welcome, my love. We're here for one another. We are here to uplift. And you are no less. You are no less. Key, we hear you. We heard you loud and clear. And for those that don't accept the story that you told, to hell with them. Because my thing is, are you here for what's right or are you here for the mess? Because in situations like this, it's not mess. It's not gossip. It's about justice for all those that were hurt in the process. Because the pain don't just stop there. Your voice, your story can stop the pain and from being laid upon many other young girls. And we appreciate you for telling your story. We appreciate you for telling your story. Queen of Kings, welcome, my love. Welcome. Hey, Angie, welcome, sis. Hi, Linda. Welcome to the chat. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Milky Way girl, welcome. Exactly, Cool Girl Sister. She's the truth. The only person that came out here and just been honest from the gate. Hey, Kenyatta, welcome, boo. Okay, I think I got everybody. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So, guys, we're going to get this started. And while we get it started, what we're going to do is, hey, Becca, welcome. What we're going to do is we're going to do what we do. We already know the situation with Marquita. We know the situation with Dre, right? We know that they lie. We know that they lie, right? They've proven that over and over and over again. Hey, Maddie, welcome, my love. Over and over again. Hey, Levesque, welcome. They are liars. They are liars. But the lies, the deceit, all of that starts with Jarvis, not Jarvis Butts. It starts with Annette and then it trickles on down. And we're going to get there. Paula says, do we have any therapists in this chat? Because I need a diagnosis for the Harris clan. Those people are unbelievable. And they are. They are. Ted says, very strange. Almost 3 years, not one been touched to say, I can't take it no more. I gotta tell it. Ted, it's not in them. It's not in them. And they showing us that. It's not in them. Definitely not in them. And Sean B says, we appreciate you. Your voice is your power. And it's everything to be proud of. Stand on it. And that was for Key. Key, your voice is your power, sis. And it's everything to be proud of. Stand on it. And we're standing with you. We're standing with you. All we want to know is where's that baby? And we're not going to stop until we get answers. Where there's the answers we want, the answers we don't want. We're not going to stop until we get an answer. Hey, Miriam, welcome. We're not going to stop until we get an answer. We can't. We just can't. And we know that that family betrayed NaZiyah in the worst type of way. NaZiyah was failed by every woman. Let's start with the women in that family. NaZiyah was failed by every woman in that family that was meant to protect her. Started with the grandmother. Annette, the very one. She molded NaZiyah into a life of exploitation. That was the role of Annette, a supposed to be grandma. She molded her into a life of exploitation. Then there's Lady. Lady turned a blind eye on all of this shit while chasing her own demons, which was the crack monster. Lady allowed all of this to happen to her daughter, something she gave birth to, because she was chasing a crack demon. And then there are the Mucinex twins. They knew exactly what happened. Not only did they know about what happened, but Mucinex twin with the missing chromosomes, Shannon, she took part in it. So this story isn't just about one girl, y'all. If we think about it, I don't think this story is about just one girl, although NaZiyah is the headline here. It's about a pattern with these people. It's a damn pattern. When we got grandmothers and mothers and aunts, they start trading these little girls' innocence for money, for survival, for secrets. Oh, gee, Jamal, welcome, welcome, welcome. This trade all these babies' innocence for secrets. When predators are introduced to these babies as uncles and family friends, I'm not buying it. Tonight we're going to talk about that family. Go talk about their pattern. And we're going to also talk about the mindset behind it. And we're going to also talk about the city of Detroit, the people that knows the Harris family, knows what they're capable of doing, knows what goes on at Annette's home, but yet they stayed silent. Wow, that baby got passed around. And when I say she got passed around with a price. Because in my opinion, she was sold. NaZiyah was betrayed in the worst kind of way. In the worst kind of way. NaZiyah was betrayed. Annette. Hey, Tony, welcome. Auntie Nova, thank you, baby. Thank you so much for that super sticker or super chat. That would make them simply retarded and do. Annette, a supposedly grandmother. How can you be a damn grandmother and wanting to be a madam at the same time? How can you? But you ruined your granddaughter's life. As if it wasn't enough with the label of grandmother, you ruined all your children's life with this incest. You didn't stop until you literally ruined that baby's life. Annette molded NaZiyah into this particular lifestyle. From a little girl, her so-say grandmother dressed her up and allowed her to play the part. When she thought NaZiyah was old enough, here it is, she's selling her off to men. This is not anything that I'm guessing on. We saw the video. We saw the picture circulating of NaZiyah being with Annette's brother, Eric Gamble. Gamble, a tier 3 pedo. It's not nothing that I'm making up, it's on paper. Eric Gamble is certified and Annette knows it. Eric Gamble had no business being around children whatsoever. Annette knew that as well. But Annette was comfortable having Eric Gamble around because not only was he her brother, but Annette herself laid up with her brother, knowing his backstory. And he didn't just get that way, he's been that way. She laid with her own brother and made a baby. Make it make sense, Annette. Make it make sense, Annette. So not only did you groom NaZiyah to be with your brother Eric Gamble, you all knew about NaZiyah being with Jarvis Butts. And I want to believe y'all gave NaZiyah to Jarvis on a silver platter. It started with Shannon because she had access to NaZiyah first. NaZiyah spent many days and nights at Shannon's home in Clinton Township. So Jarvis was there with NaZiyah. Jarvis was there with Shannon's children. And it goes back to what I've always said. If Jarvis was able to molest a 4-year-old and give her chlamydia, what makes anybody in their right mind believe that Jarvis did not touch NaZiyah long before they claim she did? These toxic behaviors, this sick cycle that Annette experienced growing up. Instead of Annette going and get the help that she needed because of how she was raised as a child, the things that she experienced, being with her dad, being with her uncle, being with her grandfather, being with her brothers. That's what Annette went through. And instead of Annette fixing that nasty, deplorable cycle of filth, Annette went on and introduced her children to it in such a way to as, that's why I don't believe nothing Marquita says. She could give 1,015 interviews. Marquita is a liar. Marquita was raised in incest. Marquita and Shannon has tag teamed relatives within that household. This is not something that I'm making up. This is something that has been exposed. One cousin came out to tell a story. How many other cousins are there that has not told their story? So, if Shannon and Marquita has touched a cousin and was comfortable with it, Annette knows about it because it happened in her home. Regardless of what Marquita's excuse is for Vari continuously running away, it had absolutely nothing to do. It had absolutely nothing to do with Vari wanting to be like other young boys that live without structure. Vari, for those that don't know, Vari is NaZiyah's brother. Vari continued to run away from Annette. Not because he didn't want to do chores, not because he didn't want to be in at a certain time. Vari ran away because just like you all exploited NaZiyah, allowed NaZiyah to be touched by any hand that was willing to touch her, y'all touched Vari too. It's a pattern with you nasty people. Y'all touch your own brother Florentino. Why you think he's walking around here wearing flowers and platform shoes? He's distancing himself from you guys because he's embarrassed. He don't want to be a part of your family because the disgust is doing something to him as well. But yet Shannon and Marquita lays on these lies. They're holding on to them for dear life. This is not normal behavior. This is definitely not normal behavior. But yet, Annette held a household. And if we think of the men that she entertained, they all had a record. They all were molesters. They had no business in Annette's household, and Annette had a house full of foster children, along with her minor grandchildren. You got Charles, one of Annette's husbands. He was certified. He was a pedo. You got Eric Gamble, another one. He's a pedo. You got Jarvis Butts. He's a pedo. You got Frank from the shop. He's another one. He's a pedo. Then you got Big Perm, Evangelist Kenneth. Of course, he's one too. And we cannot look at Annette and say that she's not one. Because if you're doing it to your children, you definitely are, ma'am. Then you look at Shannon and Marquita. They hold the same title. They hold the same title. So how many of y'all know of a family elder or just anybody that do this shit and think it's normal? Because in the real world, it's far from normal. That family is weird. But let me get to a few of these comments before, because y'all know I could get deep. This is crazy. This is damn crazy. Auntie Mo said diagnose him mentally retarded. Lebec says, and we're not going to be distracted. We're ready for that too. As always, Lebec. Sassy says, hell, after following this story and hearing their lies, hell, I need therapy. Which is sad. Which is sad. Because if I got a niece, a daughter, a granddaughter missing, and if I'm not tearing down walls and kicking through doors, no reactions whatsoever, don't seem interested in finding her, all it looks like is you got something to do with it. You got something to do with it. Raven says the hate, the jealousy for NaZiyah was cruel and disgusting. This young baby was used as an object, so they felt nothing for her. The women of the family are demons. That family demons are so deep, this is inhumane. That part, Raven, is inhumane. Who lives like that? But in their mind, it's normal. In their mind, it's supposed to be acceptable. Because y'all know Shannon's word is if society gave him a chance. Shannon, you can't be serious now. You couldn't have been serious then with the if society gave him a chance. Society gave him a chance. You decided to jump on the board with society and give him a chance. And I don't believe it was society, Shannon, that gave him a chance. Only you. Only you. Patricia says baby girl trusted them, yet they treated her like a stranger. Patricia, and it showed. It showed. She was nothing to them. She was nobody to them. And that's the hurtful part. And even this very day, they show no love. They show no gratitude, no concern, no nothing for that baby. It's all about them. There's no way. Ann says we thought it was Shannon who knew Jarvis first, but it was Lady instead who introduced Jarvis to them, correct? Lady was the one. NaZiyah's birth mom is the one that introduced Jarvis to the family. Now, when Lady introduced Jarvis to the family, I'm pretty sure Lady hadn't already had a little rendezvous with Jarvis. Jarvis gets to the home. Annette had to try out the goods. Annette had Jarvis first within that household. Then Marquita was with Jarvis. And Shannon, simply retarded, she ended up with Jarvis. So Jarvis was a pass around through that entire house. It's crazy. Tit said, Marquita said she was her baby. Tit, I can't get that out of my mind. If she was Marquita's baby, as Marquita tried to make the people believe, why you didn't protect your baby, Marquita? Why wasn't your baby that close to you, Marquita, to tell you what was ailing her? Marquita, your baby was in that same house with your mother and your sister and Jarvis Butts, and y'all knew the story. I don't care if living with Dre, you had to go get an extra air mattress and put on the floor if you wanted to save NaZiyah from the madness. But you knew what was going on in your mother's house and you left her there. You left her there. So why leave her there and call her your baby in the same breath? Bitch, stop. And you just keep stressing NaZiyah was my baby. Stop it. No. See, y'all lie so much. Y'all forget the lies y'all tell. Marquita, you started off by saying NaZiyah was spotted at a liquor store. She's still alive. Marquita, you also went on to tell the landlord, the same landlord that got locked up when Mark D went around. You told the landlord NaZiyah had her baby and she was still alive. But then Marquita, you come on these platforms and you tell your story and you get tripped up. Then when you feel like you're lying or you feel like they done caught you in a lie, you ask them to please repeat the question. But yet we hear shoo-shooing in the background. And then y'all trying to muffle the shoo-shooing with paper. That's because thing one is in the background telling you what to and what not to say. Just stop it. Stop it. Ms. Buell says, lady ain't no good. Lady ain't no good. Ms. Buell, I agree. Lady ain't shit. Trust me when I tell you this. Lady don't even know she's in this world. It's sad to look at. Wow. But Ms. Buell, let me tell you something. Lady don't get a free ride here. Lady don't get a pass. She don't. Lady, that's your child. And if you choose to put drugs over finding your child, you're sick. You're sicker than I thought. And it has absolutely nothing to do with drugs. It has everything to do with your mindset. And we're not going to blame. We're not going to blame. See, we're going to do it the right way. We're not, the stories the family members are telling, full of shit. And I'm not settling for the shitty ass stories they're telling. Although Annette, being Lady's mother, although Annette allowed her husband, her then husband Charles, to abuse, molest, misuse Lady the way he did. Lady ran away from that scene. It was a trap. She ran away to free herself. When she ran away, the end result from that runaway, she was pregnant, of course. That family don't want to be truthful and say who Bari's dad is. Bari's father is none other than Bari's grandmother's husband. Lady wasn't on drugs at the time. Lady was clean and sober, living her life. Then Lady met 5%, the man who called himself NaZiyah's dad. She had a little fling with him. He introduced her to drugs. But she wasn't so far gone that she couldn't give birth. Then she had NaZiyah. 5% is still in her life. Lady became neglectful after having NaZiyah. CPS took NaZiyah and Bari out of Lady's care when NaZiyah was 2 years old. So we're not going to blame what Charles did and what Annette did that made Lady go the route she went. Now 5% got Lady where she is. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Bari has to say that his father passed away because they told him his father passed away. And they didn't lie to him. And he's not lying to us. Bari's father is deceased. That's Annette's husband. He is definitely deceased. Miriam says generational curse, creating trauma and hurt people who hurt people. It's a cycle, Miriam. It is a cycle. And when will these people gather themselves and say enough is a damn enough and stop this? Today is NaZiyah. Who is it going to be tomorrow? Who is it going to be tomorrow? So they're satisfied with children just mysteriously coming up missing. NaZiyah made headlines. Think about the children before NaZiyah that disappeared out of Annette's home without a trace. Do y'all honestly believe NaZiyah is the first one? With Annette and her bobblehead daughters moving the way they're moving? Do y'all honestly believe NaZiyah is the first? Annette has to answer to all of this. All of this. Annette has to answer for. I don't want to hear shit from a Marquita. I don't want to hear shit from Dre. I don't want to hear from Shannon. Annette, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you, Annette. What's your story? How many family members done passed through you and ruined you to the point to where you feel that it's okay for you to go through life ruining others? That's horrible. That's horrible, Annette. This is not normal. This is not everyday living. And NaZiyah had to be sacrificed. NaZiyah didn't have a chance. NaZiyah could have been any and everything she wanted to be in this world. But poor NaZiyah ended up in the hands of a bunch of monsters. People that has no regards for human life. People that has no care nor concern for children, not even their own blood relatives. Because all Annette saw when she saw NaZiyah was a dollar sign. What grandmother in her right mind, of all the pet names you could call your granddaughter, everybody else called NaZiyah Tutor. If they couldn't say NaZiyah, they said Tutor. But not you, Annette. You're the madam. You're the madam. What did you do, Annette? You gave that baby at the age of 7, 8 years old. You gave her the name Glamorous. Annette, that name belongs to a lady of the night, a woman in the streets. You groomed, you primed your granddaughter at an early age. We saw the proof, Annette. We saw the proof, Annette. NaZiyah, maybe 9, 10 years old, video surfacing. She's in a hotel room, motel room, whatever you want to call it, with your brother, Eric Gamble, a certified pedo, with the beer in his hand. NaZiyah's doing what she do best. She's dancing and probably crying out through her dance because Eric Gamble got his nasty, crawly hands all over that baby's innocent body. Annette, you stole her innocence. Annette, hell is not big enough to hold you, boo. You're a true granny monster. That baby did not deserve this treatment. And as I hold you accountable, Annette, I also hold Shannon and Marquita accountable. Because they knew. And they went along with it. Is that why you kept your children locked up in the house and they couldn't go nowhere? Because you allowed them to play with one another. You allowed them to do one another. Come on. Come on, Annette. This is unreal. This is unreal. Raven says the kids are used for monetary gain, and that's it. They have demons rooted within that family. Dre, sorry, sir, you folded. And you are a liar. You saw how they treated NaZiyah and you did nothing like everyone else. That's it. That's all. I have nothing for Dre. Because just like Marquita saw it, just like Shannon saw it, Dre saw it too. MOCA, why you say Dre saw it? When Dre described the night or the day that they all went to dinner and he was riding in the car with Jarvis and Annette, that lets me know that Dre was around more than he wanted to admit to us that he was around. Lady, you consumed your life with so much drugs. So much drugs that you turn your back on your children. You turn your back on those children when they needed you most. And look at where we are. Look at where we are. You allowed this to happen, lady. And I'm going to tell you, it's not just because of your previous drug use that I'm going to say you allowed it to happen. Because prior to NaZiyah coming up missing, NaZiyah was with you. Not only was she with you at the Travel-In Motel where you laid your head, but from your own family members, lady, your own family members. You know, the extended family members that Marquita tried to talk about. And although Marquita tried to throw the extended family members on the bus, Marquita, I'm not buying that. Because if the extended family members were molested and grew up in filth, Marquita, you were too. So you're not going to throw the heat off of you to make us look in the direction to the other extended family members, boo, because it's all in your mama's house. Shannon, 9 times out of 10, you're in the bushes because y'all are bush watchers. For the love of me, Shannon, I can't understand. I know you're sick. I know you have nasty pedophilia ways. But what I don't understand, Shannon, I don't understand, lady. Lady, NaZiyah is your daughter. Shannon, you're supposed to be an aunt. How is it that Jarvis and Shannon drives NaZiyah to the Travel-In to go meet a John? NaZiyah lived a life where money was being transacted. Money was moving. Money was going in one hand. NaZiyah was coming out the other hand. Jarvis was a poor pimp. He would set up the Johns and Annette would get a cut and Shannon would go drop her off. I'm not making this shit up. Your own family member said it. Your family member said it. So, lady, you could never say shit to America because you're a piss poor mama. Shannon, everything that's coming your way, everything that's coming your way, you deserve it. Marquita, you ain't too far behind because as a twin, bitch, you knew. You knew. Tit says Marquita praised Eric Gamble. No way she's angry. Can't be angry at Jarvis. Not if she's praising Eric Gamble. No way. OG Jamel wants to know if anybody knows anything about that Harris bloodline. All I know is it's tainted. I know they're nasty. I know that. I don't know nothing else. Tit says, how is it that you got all these holes in one house? And NaZiyah didn't have hygiene products. That part. But, let Marquita tell it. NaZiyah was her baby. NaZiyah was like her little sister. NaZiyah was her everything. But you rather NaZiyah bleed on a jacket or bleed on a damn t-shirt until Jarvis came and bought her some pads. Because a house full of women that supposedly cared for NaZiyah couldn't even buy the baby pads. Annette receiving all kind of government assistance for having NaZiyah there, yet NaZiyah was neglected. NaZiyah didn't have the basic nothing. All Annette provided NaZiyah with was a roof over her head and maybe a meal. Maybe a meal. Everything else, poor NaZiyah was on her own. Linda Battle says class and character. Either you have it or you don't. Neither, and they don't. They don't. Anne says NaZiyah was betrayed by the women who gave her birth. Lady, she knew what went on in that house, but left NaZiyah and Vari there, knowing what happened with her and Annette. Yeah, we don't exclude Lady. Lady knows. Lady knows. Patricia Perry says, I feel as though NaZiyah was trafficked as well. Patricia, there's so many characters involved in this. So many characters. We're just touching the surface of the main ones. But that list is long. That list is long. NaZiyah didn't pass through some people. And it's sad to say that Annette knows. Shannon definitely knows. Shannon was the right hand. Shannon was the do girl to Jarvis. Whatever Jarvis say do, Shannon had better do. And whatever it is that Shannon done, you could best believe she shared it with Marquita. There are so many players in here. And if it's to be investigated the right way, if all the right people come into this, it's going to break down barriers and walls. The higher ups, the big players, they're going to all be exposed as they should be. Kim Worthy is one of them. She's one of them. We're not going to eliminate the Arabs. We're not going to eliminate Jehovah Shalom, the church. We're not going to eliminate that church. That bishop, his hands is dirty, and he's using that church as a cover-up. So much to unravel here. So much to unravel here. That church, for those that haven't been following me that don't know the story, that church is a gateway to escape for all these girls that they're trafficking. That church is the gateway, is the holding cell for the girls that are being trafficked. That church is a cover-up. Red said grandmothers like Annette put pimps out of business. And that's exactly why Jarvis was a pole pimp. He couldn't be a whole pimp because Annette was doing the work. Raven says anyone who knew what was going on in the family and turned a blind eye is just as guilty as the ones committing the acts. So sad. Justice for NaZiyah, and that's a fact. They all turned a blind eye. They all turned a blind eye. And that's why there's no answers for NaZiyah today. This is crazy. Raven says, Annette, you need to be sitting right next to Jarvis as she should. Oh, she's going to get there. She's going to definitely get there. Denise says Annette knew every pedo that came to her house. She knew. She was soliciting them. She knew. And Denise, you're better than me. You were raised right, I see. You put a handle on her name. You call her Miss Annette. Annette don't deserve it. Hey, Jaquetta, she don't deserve that. She don't deserve the title. She don't. Cindy said Annette is the type to say why. She can't be a madam and a granny. Did it, mama did it. Same way. Shannon gave Jarvis a second chance. This is inhumane. This is sick. But what I want you all to know, God is a man that don't sleep. Everybody who failed NaZiyah, everybody that used and exploited NaZiyah will pay. They will definitely pay. Those that hurt NaZiyah in the worst type of way, those that hurt NaZiyah in the worst type of way, they're going to pay too. And when I say the worst type of way, not only exploiting her, because it's MOCA's belief that NaZiyah is still alive. She's alive, but she's not with child. And that's where Shannon comes into play. Shannon is going to pay dearly. She's going to pay. Annette's going to pay. That bishop at that church with that fake ass doctor uniform is going to pay. They took NaZiyah's baby. Shannon walking around here pretending to be the world's greatest mother and raising NaZiyah's child as if it's her own. She's mentally challenged. Because you have to have a black soul and mental all your screws loose to do some sick shit like that. That's sick. Tit says Shannon used NaZiyah to come over to her house. Shannon knew he would show up whenever NaZiyah was there. NYC girl said a whole house of pedos. And allowing kids to be touched, they're sick. None of those kids was off limits. None of them. None of them. They fed them. Linda says, unfortunately, this shit is common in some households. I blame desperate women. Hey, Linda, I'm with you. I blame them. I blame desperate women. You're desperate. That could be one of the issues. Are you sick? You were raised in filth. You were raised to believe that this shit was acceptable. You were raised to believe that if you touch me, I touch you. We keep it in the family and nobody's to say nothing. I'll be damned. I'll be damned. And if lady thinks because she's an addict, I'm not going to hold her accountable when she knowingly allowed this, lady, you got another thought coming, bitch. Because we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you. We wouldn't. These curses, it's time for them to stop. One truth at a time. It's time for these curses to stop. And Harris family, when will you speak your truth? Because right now you all are a bunch of goddamn liars. All of y'all. Whew. Hey, Anonymous Angel, welcome. Raven said he's been touching NaZiyah since he met her. And Shannon knew. She also knew how much he liked NaZiyah. And Shannon's jealousy is why they hurt NaZiyah. Shannon is an animal. Shannon is an animal. Tit said it's going to sound bad. I really don't believe Jarvis wanted to kill NaZiyah. why he bought that girl car back red. Ted, my theory is this. He didn't. He didn't. He did not kill her. My theory is, see people saying that NaZiyah never came back from Ypsilanti, right? I don't believe that. I'm not going to buy that. What I will say is Jarvis brought NaZiyah back home that night after Shannon continuously blew up that phone. Jarvis brought NaZiyah home. Shannon was already enraged for whatever reasons. Could it have been she was enraged because she found out that she had lied to Jarvis, telling Jarvis she was pregnant? Then she tried to stage a miscarriage with no evidence behind it. She was enraged because she realized Jarvis was giving NaZiyah more attention than he was giving her. When Shannon harassed Jarvis so much that night with that fake ass text talking about, have you seen Tudor? Come on, that was staged. Jarvis brought NaZiyah back home that night. Shannon beat the shit out of NaZiyah. Shannon abused NaZiyah that night. The abuse got out of hand. It went too far. Shannon was scared. Annette was scared. They didn't know what to think, say, or do. They called Jarvis Butts to the Annette's home because they had done too much with NaZiyah. They called Jarvis Butts to clean up their mess. They thought she was unalived. She wasn't. She wasn't. They had an abuser to the point they thought she was unalive because of how much bleeding she done when they took that baby from her. And maybe that's the evidence Kim Worthless is talking about. She has so much blood, but goddamn, the blood came from the manufactured home delivery. Ask the bishop about it. He knows. He had his gloves and his lab coat on. Shannon threatened Jarvis Butts and told Jarvis Butts, he told Jarvis Butts to get NaZiyah out of there. They wanted Jarvis to dispose of the body. Jarvis knew that NaZiyah wasn't unalived. As sick as it may sound, Jarvis is a pervert. Jarvis had feelings for that little 13-year-old girl more than he had for Shannon. Shannon threatened Jarvis. If you don't do him and Annette, y'all saw how Annette broke her neck going to Jarvis at that party? Annette and Shannon threatened Jarvis with his past history and told him if he didn't do A, B, C, and D, oh yeah, he was going down. Jarvis took NaZiyah's body away from there. Jarvis was afraid. Jarvis was scared. Jarvis didn't know what the hell to do. See the girl that wrecked car you talking about, Tick? Jarvis took NaZiyah to that girl's house. MOCA, why you say Jarvis took that NaZiyah to that girl's house? Ted, if you remember the phone call, Jarvis called her from jail and told her make sure she wiped everything down and cleaned everything up. There was traces of NaZiyah. Traces of NaZiyah. Jarvis rode all night long, smoking and drinking, from one end of Detroit to the next. Jarvis made phone calls. NaZiyah got picked up. That's my theory. That's how I feel, and I'm gonna live on that until something different comes about. Thank you, Angie. Sassy says, I don't believe her either. And her punk ass boy man can take several seats as well. You understand? Cindy says, I think Shannon made the arrangement for Jarvis to see NaZiyah, to be S8. I believe that. Shannon looks like, if you look at Shannon head is like Dr. Spock. She's always thinking. Not one except that she's slow. She's always thinking. Always thinking. Always thinking. And Shannon thinks of the most devious, dangerous things. Look at how deep her eyes are sunk back in her head. Shannon is dangerous. Shannon is the mastermind behind all of the devious stuff that goes on. And I don't give a damn what Marquita says. She knows. She knows. So it's MOCA's theory that NaZiyah was moved and NaZiyah went to the church first. She went to that church. Jarvis called Frank. Frank made some calls. Boom. NaZiyah went to the church. If NaZiyah had not gone to that church, tell me why? Why? Would the bishop all of a sudden not want to have no dealings with Shannon, Marquita, neither Annette? They kicked her ass clean out the church after this happened with NaZiyah. And based on the pictures that I saw, and the conditions of the little girls in that church, again, that church is a holding cell. That church is a hub. That church is a place to traffic children and to move them around. NaZiyah was at that church. They kicked Annette, Shannon, and Marquita out of that church because they didn't want the heat. They didn't want the heat. NaZiyah was there. And NaZiyah had to stay sitting up there until they moved her around. So regardless of what they say, they can't lie to me. Because you tell a story, every family member comes out here and tell a story. All you got to do is take all that shit and pile it all together. Pile it all together. It all comes true. Cool Girl Sister says, MOCA, all these things come from a family where all of them must have been touched. MOCA, it's a lifelong journey for them unless we, the people, put a stop to it. That's it. That's all. Cool Girl Sister, something got to be done. Something definitely has to be done. El Taka, thank you, my love, for the Cash App. You're much appreciated. Something has to be done, because if not, we're going to keep revisiting these type of stories. But we can't continue to let the Annettes, the Shannon, and the Marquitas of the world walk free and continue abusing children. No way. No way. Kenyatta says Shannon probably was touching Vari. Kenyatta, I believe she was. I believe she was. Hey, Britt. Britt said, I think they gave Florentino to Uncle Daddy. Britt, somebody touched Florentino. I believe it could have been Uncle Daddy. And earlier doing Florentino's like, it could have been, I believe it was Shannon and Marquita. They groomed him for Uncle Daddy. Ms. Buell says she's a child-minded person in this world without a clue. Her mind is not there. Lady is a sick woman in real life. That's on Lady. I have no care nor concern for Lady and her drug use. Because first and foremost, along with being a woman, lady. Your second job in this life, bitch, was to be a mother. And you failed at it. You failed at that, lady. So I have no compassion when it comes to you. Because children needs to be loved. Children needs to be protected. Children needs to be saved from monsters of the world. And you're their own mother, and you turned out to be a monster. A monster that failed to save her children. So I have nothing for you, lady. Ann says Vari ran away to get away from Big Perm. Big Perm says he'd be there for Annette, but I feel he was around to mess with Florentino and Vari and use Annette as a play to get next to them. And that's the sad part, Annette knew about it. Annette knew about it. Annette allowed Evangelist Kenneth in her home to be with Florentino first. At the age of Florentino and at the age of Big Perm, if you look in that picture that Big Perm took with Annette and Florentino, Big Perm was well into his 20s. Florentino looked like he could have been no more than maybe 13, 14 at the most. Annette was selling off her children for dollars. For dollars. So Annette gets no respect here. Annette gets no love here. Annette gets nothing from me. Nothing. Raven says if Shannon was working at a hospital where she violated disabled kids, then I believe that Shannon and Jarvis were both touching NaZiyah. Until Jarvis just had her and Shannon jealousy grew into rage. Raven, that's it and that's all. Shannon abused children at her workplace. Shannon abused the disabled children at her workplace. There's records out there. Shannon groomed, she groped, she touched children at her workplace. Now, Marquita, if you want to tell it all. Weren't you an employee there as well, Marquita? Y'all threatened the residents not to tell. Y'all would take away privileges from them. Y'all would threaten them not to tell their family members. That's what y'all did to the disabled. That's what y'all did. Y'all been sick. Y'all want us to see y'all as normal people? Y'all want us to listen to stories that y'all come to platforms and tell? No fucking way. No way. No way. Hey, Tony, welcome, boo. That family is definitely weird, Denise. Definitely weird. Those text messages definitely were horrific, Red. But Red, one thing we do know, those text messages were not NaZiyah. That came from the sick mind of Shannon. That came from the sick mind of Shannon. Patricia says, in my opinion, they have family in CPS and DPD. That's why shit didn't get done on this case. To my understanding, they have connection. And you're absolutely right, Patricia. So, Patricia, when the doors come off the hinge, when the roof caves in, everybody's going down. I don't give a damn who they got that they're connected to in CPS. Who's connected in DPD? They're all going down. They're all going down. Because even at that church, citizens of Detroit around here paying Detroit Police Department officers to protect and serve. But you have two specific officers always on duty at that church. Why does this church need security? Why does this church need DPD on deck? If you had nothing to hide, if you wasn't auctioning off little girls, having them 7 and 8-year-old little girls sitting up there dressed up in leopard print outfits and blonde wigs and lipstick on and their legs crossed looking like little hookers. Huh. And you didn't have anything to hide, Mr. Bishop. Why are there police officers on your payroll? Why are they on security at your church? Because to dress those babies up the way you dress those babies up. That church needs to be burnt down. It needs to be torn down. Everything needs to go wrong. Everything needs to go wrong with this church. If Bishop was a legitimate bishop, why is it that under false pretenses, everything that he owns, nothing has his name attached to it? Everything that this so-say bishop owns, his name is attached to nothing. It's in his wife's name. Then you take a little ride down Google Maps. All the registered pedos that live within a 1-mile radius, maybe a 2-mile radius of that church. That says a lot. That says a lot. But y'all want us to sit here and believe the bullshit ass stories y'all tell. Not today and tomorrow neither. At all. Hey, daughter, welcome, boo. Right, Ted? We've gotten that. They don't like ladies, so they damn sure didn't like her children. Hey, unavailable, how are you? Ann says Big Perm basically told on himself. Basically told on himself. He was glorifying about Vari being, wanting to be with him, and he's always around the children instead of people his age. He's sick too. Y'all don't see the pattern? Y'all don't see the pattern. Shannon is autistic and a mastermind. I gotta know the autistic people are very smart in some areas, depending on which autistic child you're dealing with. Shannon is Doctor Who. She's the mastermind. Big Perm just slow and think he got it like that. He make up stories in his head as he go. Some of the things Big Perm say, there's some truth to it. He probably don't know the full story, but he brings you there enough to get you where you gotta go. Big Perm, I do believe, touched those children at that house. When they talked about the autistic man that touched NaZiyah, they told Mardi it was a 40-year-old autistic man that touched NaZiyah. Who was Marquita trying to save? Who is it that she was trying to protect? Because her chest got big and her voice got deeper. He wasn't 40. What you mean? What you mean? I don't give a damn if he wasn't 40. He was still a man. Too old to be around NaZiyah, autistic or not. So who are you defending? Who are you defending? Thank you so very much for the super chat, sis. Who you defending, Marquita? Sunshine Shan says Shannon has a crackerjack mind. That's why she gave him a second chance, and that second chance calls him to essay his own daughter and her nieces. You understand? It's okay for Jarvis to pass his hands on the niece. It's okay for Jarvis to pass his hand on unsuspecting children, little cousins. But what's not okay with me, Shannon, is you allow Jarvis to touch his own daughter, something he created. How sick is that? How sick is that? But y'all want us to look at y'all as y'all are normal people? Y'all are not normal. Paula says, I'm at the point. I feel like fuck the whole family. Every one of them, even the ones that started the reporting, because not one that came out against Annette. The world would know her story. Paula, I'm with you. See, if it was me, family is family, blood is blood. I don't give a damn. I respect that on all angles. Had it been me, it could have been my own mother. Lady, look, you know you causing all of this destruction. We got to stop you somewhere. Hey, boo banger, welcome, boo. We got to stop you somewhere. So what is it that y'all protecting about that bloodline that y'all can't expose Annette? Who are y'all protecting? Why? Y'all trying to protect the old ass granddad that molested and touched all y'all. Y'all trying to protect an old nasty ass daddy that touched all y'all. Are y'all trying to protect a grandmother or a mother that laid y'all down and watched y'all take it? Huh? Help me understand this. There's no way I would be all right knowing all this incestual behavior is going on. I'm seeing it. I'm aware of it, but I'm not saying nothing. Hey, Nubian Max, welcome, boo. I'm not saying nothing. Make this make sense. Does that make you a respectable or a responsible person? No, it don't. It makes you look a certain type of way in the eyes of normal people. Certain secrets aren't meant to be held. Certain secrets aren't meant to hold. And that's not a secret. That's a disappointment. That's not a secret. That's a life sentence for somebody who don't deserve it. Why? Why do that to the children that don't see what's happening, that don't see what's coming their way? You all are sick. And I don't exclude nobody from this equation. Y'all teach little children, see something, say something. But as grown ass adults, y'all refuse to say anything. Mm-mm. Sassy says, I don't believe Marquita knew details about NaZiyah in the beginning. But the pregnancy, the child abuse, even for her, she knew all that. Marquita knew. She knew. Milky Way girl says, nah, my nephew is my baby. And I don't play about him. I understand. I understand. That's the way it should be. Ms. View says if Jarvis was with Lady, he took advantage of her. Her mind is not right. Ms. Bill. I'm going to leave you and Lady mind not being right alone. I'm going to leave that alone. Lady's mind not being right is because that's a choice Lady made. Lady could have fixed this shit long time ago. Lady was definitely with NaZiyah the day before she went missing. So her mind was right at that time. Her mind was right. And if it ain't right now, that's because Lady is smoking and she's trying to mask the pain. She's trying to mask the memories. She's trying to mask the part she played. Because you're tricking and doing all what you're doing under traveling in. I don't give a damn if it was Jesus himself. You wasn't bringing my daughter to meet me at no traveling in to be no trick either. But Lady allowed it. Hey, Auntie Loretta. Lady allowed it. I have no feelings when it comes to Lady. Lady knew what she went through with Annette. Lady was supposed to be the torchbearer. I went through this. I will not see my child go through this. I will not put my children in harm's way ever from any monsters. I don't give a damn what roads I have to cross, whether I gotta crawl. I'm gonna protect my children at all costs. Lady dropped the torch. Lady allowed her children to be there. For whatever reason she allowed it, It don't give her a pass. Because as a mother, she fucked that up. I'm not making excuses for Lady not one more time. Not one more time. Because it's because of Lady that these children are caught up. It's because of Lady. Hey, eat that peach. Hi, I'm new here, but you can't talk to the problem about the problem. She wasn't going to help NaZiyah. She is the problem. And I'm glad you said that. You can't talk to the problem about the problem. She wasn't going to help NaZiyah. Eat that peach, say that. She wasn't. Nubian Max, thank you, my love, for the super sticker. Thank you so very much. Paula says Annette was responsible for protecting our baby, and she allowed everything under the sun to happen to her. People want to assist with conditions, and for me, it's all or nothing with regards to Annette. Annette is all about $1. All about $1. Sassy says, why couldn't Annette still get the money and Marquita keep NaZiyah if she was her baby? She knew how mean her mother was to that baby. That part. But yet she was her baby. Yet she was her baby, but couldn't make a way. Miss me with all of that shit. Miss me with it. Oh, I miss that. Thank you for that super sticker, Raven. Nikisha, look at my girl. Nikisha has become a new member. Welcome, Nikisha. Welcome. According to Mimi, in the interview she said She don't know Jarvis, never had a relationship with Jarvis or nothing. But you know, you know how that goes. Right, Anonymous, she tried to stop Dre from talking. Cindy, you and me both. Cindy said, I ain't never seen no shit like this in all the years of my life. Rock says Macruder tried to shut that man up. That's all we need to know. Who would be quiet at a time like this but the guilty? Facts, Rock. They don't want him to. Look, he came out here just talking. Because he was mad. He was mad because the family had too many secrets. And the secrets that they had, they shoot amongst each other, and they wouldn't let him in on the secret. So now he's pissed. So everything he came out here and spewed, he spewed out of hatred. Hey, talk with Prince. Welcome, boo. She said, best place to stay is in the clouds. Miss Buell says, ladies hanging at liquor stores who looks like baby girl, but it's not baby girl. She's going to look worse than that before it's all over. She's going to look worse than that when it's all over. God ain't finished with them. God ain't finished with them. Anonymous Angel says that the thing lady gave that baby to her man, to her mom, due to who the father is. Whatever her reasons were, she failed. Hey, LaToya, welcome, boo. She failed. Platt said that should have been her rock bottom. Soon as she heard her daughter missing, that's it. That's all, Platt. Look at me, Sean B. showing out, picking my love for the super chat. A cup of tea for mom and pop with love from the Nola Bells. Thank you, my love. Platt, that's it. And that's all. Super Shauna said, yep, they're not interested in finding her because they know where she is. They know. Super Shauna, they know. They know. Paula says, every time I hear I'm going to let her tell a story, I get pissed. How nice of you to let Annette tell a story. It's sad NaZiyah wasn't afforded the same privilege. That's it. That's all. And that's why we here. Everybody got a fucking story to tell. How could you tell NaZiyah's story and she ain't here to tell her own story? You want us to believe what you want us to believe. The role you played when it came to NaZiyah, which really wasn't the role that you played. But that's what you want us to believe. No way. Cindy says she don't get a free ride. But drugs is something else when it's your mind, body, and soul. Nothing else matters. And that's what happened. But she let 5% leave this earth after he had done got her hook or crook. Hook or crook. 5% turned her on and he turned out. And God pulled a plug on him and left her here just like that. Sassy says, oh, she definitely strong-armed Dre with that talking. Because in the first interview with Beetlejuice, Dre said her son was another Jarvis, but didn't say anything close to that from what I heard this today. He didn't. He would not own it. He would not, right, Platt, the streets got her. He would not own it. Everything about these people is toxic. Everything about them is toxic. Hey, Zilla, welcome, sis. Patricia says, lady was tricking with Jarvis for her habit. When he came in contact with NaZiyah, he started lusting, being the pedo that he was. Huh. But when lady was with Jarvis, when lady introduced Jarvis to the family, NaZiyah was living with Annette. So Lady didn't have custody of NaZiyah at that time. No, I lied. Let me backtrack that shit, because Lady was much younger when she introduced Jarvis to that family. There was no NaZiyah in the picture. Not even Avari in the picture when she introduced Jarvis Butts to that family, because Marquita and Shannon were both young. So Shannon could stop lying. I met him when I was 18. How the hell you 18 and your sister 15? Sit your ass down, Shannon, with all that lying. Just stop. Because all y'all lies, we done went through them. We see straight through them. Miss Sean B. Marquita, where is our baby? Yes, our baby. Where the hell is NaZiyah? Exactly. But y'all want to talk about Annette had such a horrible childhood. I don't give a damn about Annette's childhood. But y'all could also, y'all can't say that Annette dealt NaZiyah an even worse childhood. Can we agree to disagree? Marquita? Can we agree to disagree, Shannon? Annette had a horrible childhood. I get it. But for once in your life, tell the truth and let us know your mom was a monster. And she dealt NaZiyah an even worse hand, which allowed NaZiyah to not even have a childhood. Can y'all ever say that NaZiyah owned a baby doll? Can y'all ever say NaZiyah did little girly things? Y'all can't admit to that. Because at the age of 8 and 9 years old, Annette was dressing NaZiyah up to be a grown-ass woman. But that's y'all mama, though. That's y'all mama. Y'all full of lies. Y'all are full of lies. And I'm not hearing it. I'm not. I'm definitely not. Thank you so much for that super chat, my girl. She said, if you made it this far, hit the like button for our host. If you're new, please subscribe. Thank you, Rod. Sassy said those females do not know how to parent. She even lied when she said she's a great mother. Let's ask the children and see if they say the same facts. Because my thing is this, if Martha don't know nothing, and she got on the platform and said, I don't know nothing. I'm a great mom. Well, Marquita, if you're such a great mom, let the YouTube community understand. Why did your son's father have to fly in from Vegas to get his son? Why is your daughter with her father? Why did you spend Mother's Day without a child, Marquita? But you're such a great mother. I'm waiting for you to make that make sense to me. But you're a great mother, you say. Huh. Rock said it don't care at all. Probably sitting on their phone ass thinking Ziyah causing trouble. Even in our absence. Oh, they can't stand the attention. They can't stand the attention. Hey, Miss Ebony, welcome, sis. Patricia says that at the end of the day, those other children in the family are emotionally bruised. Oh, my heart goes out to the rest of those children. Goes out to them. Poor little Zanaya. She was NaZiyah's partner in crime. When you saw one, you saw the other. Can you imagine what that baby is going through right now? I'm sure she's having nightmares. I'm sure that baby is having many sleepless nights. So right now, it's not just about NaZiyah. It's about the other children as well. It's about the other children as well. I know that baby misses NaZiyah unconditionally. Do y'all know? Could y'all imagine the things that those children saw? That's heartbreaking. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Rock says Annette House was the Kitty Players Club. Name all them girls like they were the entertainment. Yes, yes, yes. Platinum says she probably asked him 1,000 times to get out of that room with her. I know his breath smelled like it ought to be damn girl, you crazy. But I believe it. I believe it. But you gonna have your child. You gonna have your granddaughter all wrapped up with the, hey Nick, you're gonna have your granddaughter all wrapped up with the Eric Gamble. Ma'am, stop. It's too many lies that hit these platforms. Too many lies. Big Perm, you lied. You lied. Altaka said it broke my heart when NaZiyah said she tired of wearing the same clothes. Altaka. She was crying to the world then. She was crying to the world then when she said she was tired of wearing the same clothes. But yet everybody that hit the platform, they care. Everybody care. Everybody loved her so much. But in her own world, she was tired of wearing the same clothes. You got her laying up there with men, stealing her youth and robbing her of her innocence. Yet she's tired of wearing the same clothes. You get government for her every month. Yet she's tired of wearing the same clothes. Come on, Annette. Come on, Annette. Hurricane says everybody in Detroit knew Annette's house. And that family were all freaks. I believe they knew Hurricane. I believe they knew. Saxon said to give us and all the creators nothing but headaches. Lies and bullshit. Nothing about NaZiyah. He even lied about the direction NaZiyah was going off the bus. Well, I don't believe that was her. I don't either. I don't. I don't. How did he know? How did he know? Because whatever it was that the little things that Dre did say, if we want to be totally honest, he was repeating a lot of things that happened on these platforms. Valerie says NaZiyah couldn't go to any of her aunties. Annette said the door is always open to talk about anything. That's what that bitch said on that stand. A liar. A liar. Hurricane says Kim Worthless should have been brought down a long time ago. Lord, yes. Lord, yes. JoJo says, Mocha, I agree. Because Vari, baby mama, went missing right by that church area and returned 6 months later. Hello. Hello. I'm telling y'all the church, and I ain't finished with the ass yet. I'm still working behind the scenes when it comes to that church. And when I bring it, it's going to be an explosion. I had no thank you, JoJo, for that. I had no idea that Jarvis baby mom came up missing from that church area. Ah, trafficking ring right in their faces, but they want us to close our eyes and pretend we don't see it. Shit, not today. Ned and Shannon need to be hold on stand because they gave Jarvis access to the girls at the shop. The guys were not able to go to the shop. Very weird behavior, Tony. But Shannon, when Marquita says the question was asked why she never went to the shop, this bitch responds, because I'm not a man. What I look like going to the shop? Well, if you're not a man, if you are not a man, Marquita, realize that your nieces were not neither, and neither was your daughter. The devil is a lie. You see? When I tell you the devil is a lie, why? Why would they want to report MOCA? Why is my live being reported? They're going to stop that shit. They're going to stop that one. And that's the little message I got back. No, we're not going to do that. You see, when the truth hurts, the truth hurts. Now. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that, ladies and gentlemen, in the bushes. We're not going to do that. You don't like what MOCA is speaking because MOCA is putting all your garbage out there. Every time I tell it, and every time I involve certain characters, MOCA gets shut down. I get it. But you know, you're going to have a lot more to go to shut me up because I'm not. I'm not, because my voice is for these children. It's not about you people that's doing all the wrong things. So you're not going to shut me up and you're not going to shut me down. And I'm basically speaking to you, Bishop. I'm basically speaking to you, Bishop, and all your damn church members. Because every time I get shut down is when I mention your church. Every time I mention what goes on in your church, Bishop, this is what happens to my life. Well, I'm not done with you, sir. I'm not done with you, sir. The devil is a lie, and so are you. And all the shenanigans you got going on at that church. We need all the alphabet people to go inside your church, inside the hidden walls and everything else you got going on where you're playing with those little children. See, I ain't the devil. I ain't the devil. So God is going to allow me to speak my truth and keep exposing you. But to have those children on that church website, putting them up for sale, and to have those little children stand in the middle of an auditorium in the name of a daddy-daughter dance, and you're auctioning them off to the highest Arab, sir, I have a problem with you. I have a problem with you. So now you got a problem with me because your demons are being exposed. And the minute we just found out that Bari's girlfriend or his baby mom came up missing from around your establishment, you got a problem. You got a problem. Well, I don't have a problem. She disappeared. Then she came back. Nobody was looking for her. Why you bring her back? Y'all had done did everything y'all needed with her. She was useless. Is that the problem? But my question to Varvin's baby's mama, see these little children, they get all warped up into all of they include these children into all of these grown folks' affairs. The church ain't nothing but a cult. It's being ran like a cult. And I've always said it, if anybody's seen the TV series Ruthless, this bishop is running this shit just like the highest. So my question is, Tabari's baby mama, why aren't you talking? If NaZiyah was supposed to be such a close friend to you, ma'am, why aren't you talking? Why aren't you saying something about this church? Why aren't you saying where they took you? They bring you back. They bring you back. You gone 6 whole months, little girl. They bring you back. And then when they drop your ass off and bring you back, little girl, all of a sudden NaZiyah comes up missing. Thank you for that super chat, Auntie Novi. Thank you, baby. Hey, Solitude. Solitude said that whole family needs to stay off the internet. Because the more they talk and try to defend and cover up, the worse they look. And that's factual. That's factual. Hey, look at my little brother. Hey, Marcus. Atlanta Street interviews. He said, hey, sis, tapping in with you. Thank you, brother. Shit, they're trying to shut me up. They're trying to shut a sister up. Gina says that baby had to remake her clothes while grandmadam had that Brillo pad wig on. Gina, that wig was made for the garbage. Straight garbage. Shit. They froze my live, girl. They wanted me out of here. Exactly, Paula. You're too close, MOCA, and the truth will set me free. Paula said, I'm convinced it's them damn church members. And guys, those of you that's here, even you bushwatchers, something that I'm doing, you must like. Hit the like button. It's free, whether you like me or not. You like the content, because if you didn't like it, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here. But do your better one, Bishop. We ain't got to do all of that. You ain't got to shut the live down. You ain't got to be afraid of MOCA. You don't. I'm giving you an opportunity. I'm giving you an opportunity. I dropped the damn link. The devil is a liar. That's right, Paula, selling kids on a church website. Hell is waiting on all y'all nasty asses. Paula. Huh. The little girls in that church had wigs on, the very same wig that the bishop's wife had on. They took the wife wig off of her head and put it on those babies' head. Make this shit make sense. Make it make sense. Levesque said, so said the Lord. He's not done with the pastor either. No way. No way. Raven said, God is using you, MOCA, to expose the evil, and it shall be. It shall be. We're not here to play with these people. And every time I mention this man, every time I mention this man, this is what happens to my life every single time. Don't miss a lick. It's the truth. Thank you again, Shin, for the super sticker, boo. Ms. Buell says, now you understand why I've not stood up with my content. I will deal with churches. I'm not running from them, Ms. Buell. I'm not. Red said wigs, heels, and lipstick on a baby is diabolical. Red, that was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Those babies didn't deserve that. Those babies did not deserve for them to dress them up, exploit them like that. You got these little girls no older than 11. Jarvis Butts was in the middle of that crew, along with Arab men, in the name of a daddy-daughter dance. Certain little girls got masquerade masks on, and they're twirling and turning around for the camera. These old nasty Arab men, they're videoing. They're taking pictures of these little girls. These little girls was going on an auction block. On an auction block. So, wait. So y'all telling me Vari baby mama left with a suitcase, came back 6 months later, and she pregnant? Shut up. I know y'all lying to me. I know y'all lying to me. Paula says, Kawana, No, it was Janelle that said she went to that church, Paula. She said she went to that church and it wasn't her cup of tea. Paula says you can't tell some and not tell all in the name of NaZiyah. It's all about NaZiyah. Nakisha says, so do we need to blood test your so-called baby? Nakisha, baby, let me tell you. Shannon went to blood test her children. But she claimed it for Jarvis. Jarvis said not so. Now, if MOCA's seeing things differently, please correct her. Why would the people says yes, 3 of these children definitely come back as being Jarvis Butts? 2 are questionable. They held the paternity on 2. Why would they hold paternity on 2 and not the other 3? That means 2 are questionable. And in MOCA's eyes, those that are questionable, is it possible that yes, it's for Jarvis, but Shannon DNA don't appear? I don't give a shit what they say. I do believe that that's that child's baby. Hey, Chandra, welcome, boo. Ms. Buell says, I want to deal with the evil of the world. I'm waiting on God's permission and his mission. Right now, I don't have permission. It's the churches. And that's facts. Oh, yes, it's the churches. And they know we know. Melinda says that whole family needs to stay off the internet. Mm, mm, mm. Paula, that makes me mad the more I think about it. Annette eating steak, she over there eating steaks. And NaZiyah don't even have a pad. Whew. Hey, Miss TT, welcome, my love. And I'm following y'all because y'all right. Vari's baby mama never gave an explanation as to why she left. And she knew NaZiyah was missing. She never explained where she was. Never said a word. I'm confused. Nubian Max, I'm sorry, my love. MOCA got me waking up my household at 2 a.m. I apologize, boo. No kind of explanation, no nothing. Just leave and come back like it's all right. Miss Buell, talk your shit. Miss Buell just said the devil is busy. And we only know half of the story. Bishop, let's talk about those 5013Cs. But that's for another lie. We got you, Bishop. Since you and your church members and them ugly blonde wigs feel like y'all want to play these type of games, we got you guys. Whole bunch of demons. Tammy said, hey, Tammy said Bishop got the balls to do dirt, but not the balls to hit the leg. Which video you talking about, Tony? The one with the little girls? Let me tell you, the minute I uncovered the church, the night I exposed that church, very night I exposed that church on my platform, within a matter of minutes, I was telling the subscribers, go run, look at the pictures. Some of them made it, some of them didn't. Some of them didn't get a chance to see it because those people worked fast. They were wiping their page clean, but they were too slow because I hadn't got the pictures and the videos that I needed. What's the purpose of beds being in that church? That church have beds. That church have beds lined up in it. I know you do, Miss Buell. You were there. You were one of the first ones on those pictures. These people are sick. They put the babies in masks to avoid eye contact. Exactly. Cowards. Cowards. Cops. Okay, no fucks given says she definitely left with the suitcase, so she knew where she was going. Wow. Wow. I need her. I need her. Open Goddess said, yes, she's pregnant. Yes, she's pregnant. Wow. That part, Red. That part. Roxy did say NaZiyah was having a girl. They can't explain it. They can't explain it. Levesque says, anybody that knows the Lord knows he protects the babies as well as us. This is evil and he will come for them, all of them, Levesque. Child, this is too much. Not tonight. You will not steal my joy and neither my check. Right, Red, Sassy, they can't make sense of nothing. Patricia says the family is now saying Vari don't know where his baby mama is. That, Patricia, that's a lie. That family lies about so much. So much. Miss TT said, yes, I'm pretty sure. It's a lot more we don't know. Because the devil is working hard and he's working overtime tonight. You hear me? Gina said this family has me more confused than the Easter Bunny at Halloween. Gina, you ain't shit. You ain't shit. Not the Easter Bunny at Halloween. Sunshine Shan says, MOCA, keep talking and keep your feet on their necks. They hate the truth that's coming out about their lies. They tell every day, fuck the haters and will. Sassy says, quicker than a cat can lick their ass, they took them pictures down, and they did. And they did. Oh, they will be found, no fucks given. I promise you that. Gina said that so-called preacher's hat looked like he was ready to cook spaghetti and meatballs, chef bar or nothing. No fucks given says Vari always saying his baby mama just leaving with the baby. Why? Why? Because it's NaZiyah's little girl. Now she's supposedly about to have a little girl. Something ain't making sense with these people. But we ain't finished with them yet, guys. We ain't finished with them. We ain't. We ain't. That whole family is sick. The church is sick. Detroit is full of corruption. I wouldn't want to pass through Detroit, not even in a car. That's how corrupt they are. If I had to stop for gas, I would pray my way to the next place. Detroit is full of corruption, and God is not going to stop till he bring them all to their knees because they're exploiting the babies. Politicians are getting a cut out of everything that's going on. The Arabs plays a big part in all of this, as well as the church. The politicians are getting a shakedown from it. Kim Worthless knows all about it. She knows all about it. And right about now, Frank knows that the world is on to him and his people. They're shook. Because why would Frank's baby mama pop out all of a sudden? Who sent for her? Why all of a sudden she wants to be important about protecting her child? Nobody's concerned about your child, ma'am. When nobody was concerned about NaZiyah. The problem you have is not with social media. The problem Frank baby mama have is with Frank. Has nothing to do with us. Uh-oh. Let's see who's this. There goes my sister. Hold up. Hey sis.
Hey, boo, how you?
I'm
You
good.
hear
How
me?
are you?
Okay, I'm
I hear
good.
you
I'm
just
good.
fine,
Hey, Mama
girl.
girl. So listen, this is what I wanted to remind everybody. Okay. So I know there are some people that don't believe in the mediums and the psychics and all of that kind of stuff. However, if you say some stuff that matches something that someone else has experienced, saw, or can recollect, you got my ear, right? You have my attention. So, is there anyone out there that remembers one of the mediums telling, sending Toot on a excursion? And she was singing she was seeing a scene that NaZiyah was telling her where she was. And NaZiyah was saying that she was in this big brick building with big glass and gold numbers or letters. Okay. If y'all remember that, stay right there, right? Now, if y'all remember what Key said on Toots Live while she, with her beautiful self, was telling her story, she
Hmm.
said that she saw a big, beautiful building with big windows. Am I right?
Facts.
Okay.
Facts.
Okay. Okay.
Facts.
Okay.
Facts.
Okay now. Okay now. All right now.
Facts.
Okay now. So we could sit that right there.
Right
That's
there.
where that's where
Right
I
there.
believe.
That's how close we
Uh-huh.
are.
Exactly. Exactly.
And they know we're close. They know
Hmm.
that we are right there and they don't want us there, sis.
Yes. 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 I believe
Mm.
she's with them people. I believe she is with those people, and they didn't kick Annette out the church. They just distanced themselves from her because they don't want to be brought into that courtroom. They don't want to be brought into this
Exactly.
case. That's what happened.
That's exactly
Oh,
right.
yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
too late.
Hmm.
Too
Too late.
late. Because the thing with that is, the thing with that, I would have, let me tell you what, let me tell y'all, I don't know if y'all know, but let me just share this, how I tied the church into this. A previous story I heard happened right there in Detroit. Same situation with NaZiyah. 18 years later, the baby was found in Detroit, hiding at a church, living under in cult-like conditions at a
Hmm.
church, being raised by a pedo, and the other pedo is locked up in prison. That was an alarm for me. I couldn't
Hmm.
just leave it go like that. I had to start digging. And once I dug, bingo, boom, it all came together.
Yes. Yes. So, like you've been saying all along, um, Big Perm, his lies had some truth to it. You just had to pay attention, focus
Hmm.
and pay attention, and put the dots where they belong. He was meticulous about it. He may not have known he was being meticulous about it because it's quite special. But if those of us that are really invested, all we had to do was pay attention because he was dropping jewels, he was dropping gems. He really was. He really was. He said they're
He was
searching too far.
too
They
far.
need
And
they
his
need
exact words was, she is so close. Y'all in
yes.
all the wrong places. She is so close.
Yep.
Shit.
He said he said, why look for her when she's not lost?
Those were his exact words.
So that's who I believe have her. It's just it's unfathomable to me that all of these other situations, these unfortunate situations, because I'm trying to speak respectively about our babies, are lost
Correct.
to their families, but then they're found. As unfortunate as the situations may be and the circumstances are, they are found. You know what I mean?
But
They're found.
they're found. But so what was NaZiyah, a ghost? She just vanished into
Hello.
thin air, you know?
Hello.
No trace of no nothing. Let's make this make sense.
Period. 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 Yeah. Yeah.
Tammy says a big pinkish red building behind the church that was surrounded by a black metal gate, and the lady that molested Jarvis, her house is next to the church. Ah,
Open. And the house that Key says she was at was around the corner, up the block from
from
that
the
pink
church.
house.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's all coming together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
Ms. Beale says the preacher is going to risk everything and go to jail for the rest of his life from holding baby girl. It's more than just baby girl, Ms. Beale.
It, it really is.
It's more than her.
This is crazy. This is
And
crazy.
says it's crazy. Raina Farr said she was getting threats. I watched her almost last live about NaZiyah, and then she stopped making any more videos for a few. Wow, wow.
Mm-hmm.
The family
Mm-hmm.
knows. They knows. There's look. I'm gonna always hold it near and dear. They know everything. They know
Yes.
everything, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna so much say that the extended family knows. They may know what they've heard and know what they've been told, but
Right.
that immediate Annette and hers, they know it all.
They know.
They know.
Because and I'm gonna say this. There is a reason because Shannon grown as hell. She didn't ask for permission to be to get pregnant. Okay? She
Exactly.
didn't ask for permission for that. Why would you turn to your mother and say, should I call the police? She
That
turned
part.
to her mother and asked that because she knew that Annette was running it.
That's right. That's right.
Period. There's a reason why she asked her mother, should we call the police? I'm sorry, what?
Hmm.
Like, seriously. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I don't know how this has affected y'all, and I know we all care. I'm not saying we don't love this baby and have taken her on in every fiber of us, but listen, there are nights when I'm literally woken up out of my sleep because something has happened in a dream
Yes, ma'am.
that contains NaZiyah. And I
Yes.
wake up because I try to, you know how sometimes you can wake up out of a dream, but you've forgotten what you dreamt?
Yes. Yes.
I've woken up so that I could try to keep it, hold on to it. And one of the dreams that I had, it says something about the flat plains. Flat plains. And I'm like, plains? What is flat plains? MOCA, I Googled that. Isn't there flat plains in Michigan? Stop playing with me.
Yes, Lord. Yes,
Stop
Lord.
playing with me. I'm like,
Nikisha
wait.
says, Nikisha says he's still messing with that crazy ass lady to this day. They need to check her house too. The same lady that molested him.
Just saying. And all that Marquita talking about, we can't talk about the case, we can't talk about the case, but that's your baby sister. Couldn't nobody shut me up?
Exactly.
Couldn't a soul on earth shut me? Couldn't nobody that bleed like me, walk on 2 feet like me, need their eyes, their nose, and their mouth like me, shut me
Shut
up
me up.
from
That's
talking
what I
about
say.
anything that I love that needs all of us? I
That's
ain't
right.
shutting up.
That's right. There's no need to shut up, especially if you're standing on principles and you're standing on what's right and you're reaching for what's truth in this. We're here to
Yeah.
save a soul.
Yeah.
So how could you shut me up if I'm here for justice? If you
Yeah.
ain't doing right, that's on you. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Hey, Nene Barnes, welcome, boo. My email is strolling across the bottom of the screen, baby, and I appreciate you.
So another point that I wanted to make, a lot of these content creators, and I mean no disrespect, but this is my opinion. A lot of content creators are saying we have to be careful what we talk about because we may taint the case. We
Is
may
that
cause him to walk and this and that. Let me tell you something.
the case already closed, according to Kim
Hello.
Worthy?
One thing, I'm not as stupid. The other thing that I'm not is slow or dumb. I know damn well that when it comes to a trial, it is what you can prove, not what you know,
That's
not what
right.
you've been told. It's what you can prove. We could sit on this line every day, all day, and we could talk about everything. We could say any and everything we want. And yes, law enforcement may be on the back end listening to us as well, but they still got to investigate. So I'm going to talk. I'm going to speculate. I'm going to throw it out there. We're going to roll it around. We're going to come up with what makes sense. But don't tell me to stop talking about something because I'm not. You don't get to say that the family needs to talk, but we need to shut up. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Hmm.
Make it make sense.
Just as they
Why?
told them to stop, but they accepted them telling them to stop searching. No way.
Mm-mm.
No
Mm-mm.
way.
Mm-mm. No, that don't make sense to me either. Since when? When it came to Gabby, when it came to Gabby, transparent ass, they kept
Huh.
looking for her and kept looking for her and kept looking for her. It was all over the world. When them babies in Idaho came up missing, when the mama wouldn't say where they was at, it was all over the world on the
Yes, right.
news. Every time you turn your TV to a different channel, them babies' faces was on that news. Please help us. Please help us. If anybody knows anything, but you're telling us to stop looking for NaZiyah.
And
Which
I have a
cheek do
serious
they want?
problem with that because when you go to the FBI missing and exploited children's page, every child that mattered, every child that they're searching for, every child that they're looking for, whether found and regardless of the condition they were found in, they're listed on that page.
Period.
So why is this family and Detroit not diligent? And why is so clearly the FBI is not involved in this case at all? Because
Exactly.
if the FBI was involved in this case, NaZiyah would be listed. She's
Mm-hmm.
not listed. She's not
Yeah.
listed.
Right.
So that leads me to believe politicians in Detroit, they know
Mm-hmm.
because they're tied in with that church. They're tied in with
Mm-hmm.
the trafficking. They're tied in with all of this. All of their hands are dirty. And because they're all involved in this, they didn't want the higher ups involved in this. That's why NaZiyah is not listed on the FBI's Missing and Exploited Children's Network.
Yeah. And they can't make it make sense. It's not adding up. You're saying that y'all are charging him with pre-med, but stop looking for her, but we
Huh.
ain't found her.
Right,
What?
right.
That don't even make sense.
It don't
When
make sense because they're
nobody.
trying to clean up some shit. They're trying to clean up some shit to build a case on him, right? My thing is
Mm-hmm.
this. My thing is this. I understand that charges could still be made if there's nobody. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But in the 30 days that Jarvis, Shannon, Marquita, Annette, the prosecution, and all the other players that's involved, the preacher, everybody that's involved in this, Frank, They had 30 plus days to get their story straight. And this is all they come up with. Nothing. And at the end
Nothing.
of the day, where's Ziyah?
But stop looking
Shit.
for her.
Stop looking though. They're trying
It makes
to,
no sense.
it makes no sense. They're trying to clear up themselves. They're trying to find an outlet where they all could back up out of this without being detected. But it's too late. They should have
It's
never
too late.
gotten YouTube involved. It's too late.
It is. It is. It's too late. People are involved. People's hearts are invested. People's dreams are invested. Like it's really too, like, seriously, it's too late.
Hmm.
You don't get to tell us to just, there's nothing to see here. Stop looking. No. No. I
Exactly.
refuse to. I refuse to stop. No.
Hmm.
Until they make it make sense, until somebody comes out and says, okay, listen, y'all. Listen, we found her. Okay?
Right.
We found her. And it's this, and this is the facts. Okay? And this is why we're charging him accordingly.
Right.
Okay. Until they do that, they have to know that it just don't make sense. We may not be
Don't make
correct on
sense.
everything. They may be sitting in the shadows saying, oh, they so simple. It ain't even that. It's this. It ain't that.
Right.
It's this. They don't know what they're talking about because it's this. Okay, that may be the situation, right? But y'all are
Right.
still saying stop looking for her.
Hmm.
That's a fact.
It's not making sense to me. But we won't stop. We won't stop, and until we get the answers that we deserve and the answers that she need, and NaZiyah get the recognition that she needs and her story gets out here, we won't stop. We're gonna be out here every day. I refuse to go in another story right now because I'm so
Hallelujah.
embedded into this. This is near and dear to my heart. It's like NaZiyah belongs to me. And I met her the same way you all met her. But when I have restless nights and I see NaZiyah in my sleep, there's no way. I'm not supposed to let this go.
Yes.
The more I try
Yes.
to turn NaZiyah loose, the more something keeps pulling me back. MOCA don't
Mhm.
stop. So that's where I am with this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
sometimes it gets overwhelming. Sometimes it becomes too much where I have to back up and I have to take a little break.
Yes.
I have to take a little break. But I'm so invested to as I can't let it go. NaZiyah goes to bed with me at night. I see
Mhm.
NaZiyah in my sleep.
Yes. Amen.
And when I hear things that ain't normal, NaZiyah is telling me, Auntie, tell my story.
Mhm.
Tell my story. And I believe that I'm truly telling NaZiyah's story. Because if I wouldn't be truly telling NaZiyah's story and what she's experiencing at the moment, they wouldn't be trying to silence me.
Mhm. The thing is, Michelle, I see you when you said if you lived in Detroit, I'd risk being arrested to continue to search for NaZiyah. Nobody can be arrested for searching as long as if you go on private property, you ask for permission. This is for all those that live in the area. If y'all insist on searching, which I hope to God you do, if you go on private property and you can knock on the door, ring a doorbell, and ask if you can search under their shed, behind their shed, wherever, in their bushes that's on their property, you can do that. Nobody will be arrested. That's what they want us to think. That's what they want us to think. You think all them people up there in Inkster, when they were out there searching for London, that they asked for permission? No, they searched. And come to find out the baby was in a car 2, 3 doors down from her boyfriend's house, parked in the damn driveway.
It's a lie.
She
It's a
was
lie.
right there the whole time. Her
Is
mama
definitely alive.
was literally standing in the street while her baby was in an SUV 3 doors down in a driveway.
It's a lot, but we're going to continue speaking on NaZiyah's name. We're going to
Yes.
continue giving life to NaZiyah. We're going to continue bringing awareness to this situation because it's very sticky. It's very
Yes.
sticky. And it's a lot of people involved. It's a lot of people involved. We have to be mindful of what we do, what we say, and how we move. We do.
Mhm.
And we have
Yes.
to do it. We have to be mindful because of NaZiyah. NaZiyah is still here, and we don't want to jeopardize anything happening to NaZiyah. We want her
Right.
back safe. We want
Right.
NaZiyah to be able to come back and tell her story the way she knows it. But if
Right.
we do a little too much, we're going to jeopardize NaZiyah's well-being. And that's not what we want to do because in our hearts of hearts and the words that NaZiyah speaks daily to us, NaZiyah is still here. And we want
Mhm.
NaZiyah to be her own storyteller.
Mhm.
And she's going to
Mhm.
expose the monsters. So we have to be mindful. We have to be mindful. If they say don't search, that's up to the family that chose not to.
Mhm.
But we, those that's her voice, we have to be mindful because we're saying justice for NaZiyah, but we still want NaZiyah to be in perfect peace. This is crazy.
Yeah. Yes. Miss T Love, I read your comment. I did write it down, and that's why I remembered. And it told me, it kept saying flat plains, flat plains. Y'all can Google it. It does exist in Michigan. I'm not saying that's where she is. I am just saying she was in my dream, and that is what I kept hearing. Flat plains.
Good night,
That's all I'm
Essie.
saying.
Thank you, my love. This has been an
But yeah.
awesome. This has been an awesome live, guys. This has been awesome, and we are steady investing and pouring our love and our energy into NaZiyah. You know, we have to bypass the family because we see they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn, and we have to do as a community what we have to do. I've never in all my life heard of nothing like this. Miss T Love said I was wondering why the FBI didn't get involved. But that Gabby girl, the search was worldwide. My whole exactly it's just what Sean B said, Miss TT. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. NaZiyah deserves better. NaZiyah deserves us to be the voice that she needs. And that's what we're going to continue doing. We're going to continue being positive. We're going to continue speaking our truth. Oh, Miss Sean B dropped off. We're going to continue speaking our truth. We don't want to ruffle no feathers, but don't be mad because your truth has been brought to the front of the class. Don't be mad. And if your hand is not dirty, then you shouldn't have a problem because NaZiyah didn't deserve the hand that was dealt to her. Sassy says, if NaZiyah is in a safe place, I believe it was Sickle that put her there, which would explain how Shannon and Annette are supporting him so he doesn't bust them. Sassy, that's what I've been saying. I said when Jarvis took NaZiyah out of Annette's home, when they thought she was unalived, Jarvis made phone calls. And the phone calls he made were to the people that he was connected to. And they put her somewhere. He knows where she is. Hey, Bridget, you're going to have to catch that replay, so little girl, because Sister Girl Mocha's about to get up out of here. But we're going to continue this tomorrow. This has been awesome. This has been an amazing night. So we know that we are right there. We know that we are right there. And NaZiyah is going to get the justice that she deserves, with or without that family, because we are her family. We've been adopted into this. We are her family. Diamond, I've been saying that from day one, sweetheart. Jarvis is the fall guy. Jarvis has to take that rap for NaZiyah because of his lengthy rap sheet and the charges that he already has. Jarvis ain't do all what they're saying he doing. And I believe that with all my heart. He's the fall guy. Pin Goddess, they have his records. They have his phone. But Pin Goddess, we also have to remember Shannon, masterminded Shannon, plays a major role in those phone situations, whether it be texts or calls. Shannon has done a lot. And like Jarvis says, it was all done through text now numbers. All of it. We are here for NaZiyah, guys. And that, as long as we keep that embedded in our hearts, that we are here for NaZiyah and no other purpose, then we will not fall off the path. God will continue to make a broken path straight as long as we're here for justice. And that's all I could say in regards to that. God don't sleep, and he will not let evil prevail. And if justice has to come to this situation, everybody that's not doing right or has not done right by this baby, they all are going to fall. And we're going to sit here and we're going to watch them fall. And I'm with you, Patricia. Ain't going for no distractions. Not us. Not us. Sassy say they supposedly already have proof of her not being here. I'm not buying that, Sassy. Nothing these people could say to me. They're all dirty. All their hands are dirty. And at the end of the day, God has the final say so. And he's going to be the judge, and he's going to also be the jury. And the peace that we seek, the answers that we're looking for, he's going to give it to us. So guys, on our way out of here, I want to say I thank each and every one of you for joining the live tonight. I thank each and every one of you for your input, because all opinions matter. All input matter. Because you could say something, you could say something, you could say something that could bust this case a little, crack the door open just a little more. And as long as we keep putting together what we have, right? We're going to bring justice to this. We're going to see this through. We didn't start this to stop this. We started this to see it through. I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate each and every one of you for the cash apps, the super chats, the super stickers, the new memberships. Appreciate those that's going to watch the replay. And I appreciate each and every one of you for being willing to keep NaZiyah's name alive. She deserves this and more. She deserves this and more. And we're going to come back here tomorrow. And we're going to look at this again. And we're going to continue shedding light on the injustices that are being done to these babies. For those of you who have not hit that like button, please do so. For those of you who can share the live out, I encourage you to do so. Nikisha says, I love you, MOCA. Thank God he put you in my life and my sisters and brothers. Forever, NaZiyah. Nikisha, we love you more, sis. And no matter what, I want you to know and believe I'm here for you. I want you to stay encouraged. First and foremost, take care of those beautiful babies. That's your first focus. And I know you want justice for whatever has gone wrong. For whatever's gone wrong. Your sisters and your brothers matter. And if together we can come together, reach one, teach one, we could get your sisters and your brothers all together, and we could make sense of the things that they've gone through that they didn't deserve to. Hey, Miss Parker, welcome, sis. Welcome. Thank you so very much for that super chat, my love. So, Nikisha, I'm here for you. I'm here with you. And at any moment and at any time, you know how to reach me. And we're going to talk about it and do what needs to be done. Do what needs to be done. And it's just a matter of getting the word out. And I'm going to continue to keep you in my prayer. We're going to continue to pray for these babies because they deserve everything that was stolen from them. Everything. And you're right, Miss T, it's a whole ring. It's a whole trafficking ring, sister. So guys, again, I'm going to say good night. I love each and every one of you. It has been beautiful. It has been amazing. It was awesome. And I wouldn't change tonight for nothing in the world. It has been all of that plus some. So on that note, guys, I'm going to say good night. God bless you. And until next time.
Fuck the cover-ups, we ain't keeping quiet. This pain too loud, feel the mother's riot. NaZiyah ain't a hashtag, she was someone's baby. Now the courtroom stankin', the whole shit shady. Biohazard suits when the truth come out. They full of shit, yeah, we call it out. We don't need a trial, just bring the gavel. Cause the devil's in Detroit and it's time to unravel. 2 hours deep, truth spill like shots. MOCA lit the match, now the lies get hot. Nola bells riding, they don't fold, they press. While they fake on camera, we expose that mess. One said if that child stepped foot in court, better call the medics, bodies gon' contort. That's real pain, not a script or show. That's a war cry, scream from the soul below. They tried to deny her, cover their eyes, but call low clips and the silence dies. Boom. Keeping quiet. This pain too loud, feel the mother's riot. NaZiyah ain't a hashtag, she was someone's baby. Now the courtroom stinking, the whole shit shady. Biohazard suits when the truth come out. They full of shit, yeah, we call it out. We don't need a trial, just bring the gavel. Cause the devil's in Detroit and it's time to unravel. The church ain't shit, the statues ain't clean, and the law turn away like it ain't they seen. Nola bells on fire, and MOCA don't bend. They protecting every child till the very end. One voice said folks gon' lose they lunch. When NaZiyah walk in, better brace for the punch. It's hell in the system, truth in the street, and we ain't gon' stop till the mission complete. So, fuck the fakes and the crooked ass plot. We saving these kids, ready or not. Fuck the cover-ups, we ain't keeping quiet. This pain too loud, feel the mother's riot. NaZiyah ain't a hashtag, she was someone's baby. Now the courtroom stankin', the whole shit shady. Biohazard suits when the truth come out. They full of shit, yeah, we call it out. We don't need a trial, just bring the gavel. Cause the devil's in Detroit and it's time to unravel. MOCA got receipts and the bells got vision. This ain't just talk, it's divine precision. They laugh on live, but the babies cry. So so we loud as fuck till the whole truth fly. You can't play God when the blood on your hands, and we ain't backing down till we bury the scams. It's Detroit pain with a global echo. Every child we save is a blow to the devil. So stand with MOCA, ride with the bells, cause silence in this war is a death knell. And the bells got vision. This ain't just talk, it's divine precision. They laugh on live, but the babies cry, so we loud as fuck till the whole truth fly. You can't play God when the blood on your hands, and we ain't backing down till we bury the scams. It's Detroit pain with a global echo. Every child we save is a blow to the devil. So stand with MOCA, ride with the bells, cause silence in this war is a death knell. Woo.
Good night, everyone. God bless.